I had a client who did not know whether or not every job performed at his company made a profit. This video was created to help the company understand how policies, processes, and good bookkeeping will solve this issue. If your company accepts work based on one-time or recurring jobs, it's super important to understand if you made money on each job or project. Why? This type of information determines what you are billing your customers. Are you billing your customers enough? Can you offer discounts? If you own or operate an auto body shop, mechanical repair company, consulting firm, landscaping, or other similar work, you can benefit greatly with this video. Watch the whole video and let me know if you have questions. I'm going to do an example. This is a real example. This is something that I was hired to do at a company a while back. And it had to do with a client who did not know whether or not every job performed at his company made a profit. Keep in mind that there are other ways to respond to this issue. This was just my way to answer this business owner's question. You may have your way of responding to this. And if you do, I'd appreciate a comment because we are all here to learn. First thing I did, I evaluated everything that the company needed to complete a job. Labor costs, administrative work, time spent in meetings. And remember, if there's 5 employees in a meeting, that's the cost times 5, depending on what those individuals make per hour. Subscriptions you have to buy, digital storage. How long will the job have to sit in one department before it moves to the next department? All of these things need to be calculated. Then I began to map out my strategy. Now I'm ready to begin weaving the policies and the processes. First thing I'm going to want to do is create a unique job number. So your process, remember, processes are overviews. Somehow a job number must be created for each expense. And you have to determine when that job number is going to be created and how it's going to be created. Your policy could state the following. Employees are required to affix a project's unique job number on anything associated with the project, including but not limited to reports, cash receipts, expense reports, vendor invoices, payments, etc. When you create a policy, you should also include some type of accountability. Disciplinary action will result if this policy isn't followed. Next, we're going to use purchase orders. So the process could be the accounting department will generate a purchase order on all outside expenses incurred on this job. And your procedure will be whatever it is you decide it to be. The accompanying policy would read something to this effect. Any outside vendor expenses must be approved by management in writing or in advance. Purchase orders generated by the accounting department must accompany any vendor file. Employees will be required to submit 3 written bids to management for approval, and you follow up with some sort of disciplinary action. If you don't do this, there's going to be a range of things that may happen. Now we're going to talk about entering the expenses into the accounting software, because this is the key to getting to the bottom of the business owner's problem. Am I making money or losing money on these jobs? The process would be something to the effect that once those outside expenses are connected to a purchase order, the accounting department can't or will not be able to just enter in a vendor bill. It has to be connected to a purchase order. And again, connecting purchase orders to vendor invoices is a video for another time, but those who have experience in bookkeeping should know what that involves. A connecting employment policy associated with that reads as follows. Again, this is my vision of the job moving through the company. You may have your own vision. Accounting personnel will not be allowed to enter outside vendor invoices into a system as a standalone entry. Invoices from outside vendors associated with a company project must be generated via the conversion of a purchase order within the accounting software. Any exceptions must be approved by management, on and on and on. And again, you attach a disciplinary action to that. Here's where the magic happens. What to do when the job is completed. Your process should be something to the effect that either the project manager is going to notify the accounting department that the job is finished, or the accounting department will have some type of weekly or regular cleanup of their open jobs. Somebody has to tell someone that this job is finished. Personally, for me, I determine that a job is finished when I receive the final check, the final payment from the client. One of the connecting employment policies can state that upon completion of the job, accounting is required to submit a financial report for that job only. That's why you've got the job number, to management. Or management must request a report within X number of days after the job is finished. And in that report, that's where you will see all of your expenses, all of your payments, and you can determine on that last line if that job made a profit or loss. That's my short version of weaving policies and processes together. Now keep in mind that something like this needs to be documented in an area where everyone can refer to it. This is for companies who are serious about ensuring that they are making profits on every job they accept in the company. Just like any written process or a policy or procedure, it does no good if it is not enforced 100% of the time. This was an excerpt from my video, Employee Onboarding and Employee Orientation. Watch the entire video by clicking this link.